Hi, and welcome back to Bourbon Blind, where the guys drink, we all pick. So, thank you for joining us, and please feel free to leave a comment in that comment section if you like what you see, want to see a bottle on the show. Also, if you love what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or become a Patreon member and hear a lovely shout out like our new fellow Patreon viewers, Jim Tisak and Bryant Roberts and Juan Quintanilla. I really appreciate it. If I have butchered your name, please let me know. I'll totally give you another shout out and tell you that I suck. That being said, with being a Patreon viewer, we try to put your bottles on the show a little bit earlier than not. And I want to give like a huge thank you to, I'm saying like a lot, aren't I? And if you are a Patreon viewer, you request a bottle, we try to get that as quickly on the show as possible. Right now, Chad Hawley asked for, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this one, and I'm going to look down at my notes because I really suck at this, but Bacones, I will get that on the show shortly. But due to the fact that it's hunting season, we're going to put something rare on the show today. But if you like what you see, again, go ahead, reach out to that Patreon page and see all the goodies you get. As always, the guys are next door, in the next room, not next door, but they don't know what's going on, and I'm going to pick a bottle. I'm hoping Kyle won't kill me this time because Chad Hawley wanted a rare bottle. This one, I actually was at the premiere for it. And Kyle may kill me, but it's an open bottle. I know the rules. If it's open, it can be done. So here's to hunting season. As always, the guys drink without knowing what's in it. They're going to tell you how much they think it's worth and how much they would be willing to pay for it without the hype of the bottle. I'm really hoping this one lives up to it because I really, really, really love this bottle. For the next 4 episodes, because it is Christmas, we're going to be changing things up just a touch. I am going to put this under the lovely Santa hat. With that being said, I'm going to go get the guys, and we'll see what they think of this, and we'll find out if I'm in big trouble or not.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bourbon Blind. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jay.
We taste whiskey. We don't know what it is. We give you a price we'd be willing to pay for it without the influence of the label. That way we don't hop on those little woo-woo hype trains. So, that being said, let's get in here.
What do we have here?
Man, that is dark.
It is
super, super dark.
I've got a nice
like
little,
really dark
a little
future.
Dotted rim. That's
yeah,
great. That's neat.
I was kind of swirled it around a little bit, and there's like, it's got this, like no legs yet. Like it's just hanging.
No, but there's that little, it formed a little ridge.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's got like a little sawtooth.
Yeah, sawtooth. That's great. Yeah,
all around there.
Very cool.
Man, there we go. The legs are starting to form. Slow legs. Slow walking legs.
Oh, we're getting a concert tonight.
There's got to be a song for that, right?
Didn't know Kyle was a singer, did you?
Monotone singer. It's a super specialty. Definitely some oak in there.
Yep.
Like that barrel char.
For sure.
A little bit of floral notes.
I'm getting flowers.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I mean, almost a little citrus peel. Not really any vanilla though. Vanilla or caramel. The things you almost always.
Yeah, they're not really.
No. Maybe a little medicine-y.
I mean, it's not super spicy.
No. And not really fruity. On the nose, anyway.
Yeah.
And it doesn't linger.
It's got that floral and.
Yeah.
Not a lot of ethanol burn.
No.
So I don't know what the proof is on it, but I'm not.
It's very delicate. That's a
right.
word I don't find myself using with bourbon too often, but it's a very delicate nose. Because it's there while you're in there, but then it's gone.
Man. Anyway, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Sir. Woo! That's got flavor. Flavor for days. Dark. Some cherry. There's a little bit of that vanilla. going on in there on the
Yep,
finish.
for sure. On the tongue, it's very it got definitely vanilla, and
That hug is just going all the way down, nice and slow.
way
You
back,
feel it.
way back in there. So it's a nice slow burn. It's the smell that we got, the oak smell, is not translating into the taste. I don't get much of that at all. It's really sweet. Really sweet.
I get like a little bit of, I don't know if it's like a barrel char. Like it's not oaky, but it's, I don't know how to pinpoint it. Like, you know what I mean? It's that like that darkness. Like it's not fruity.
Maybe, I mean, it's kind of candy-like.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, it's subtle. Like there's a lot going on in there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of flavor.
It's got a great mouthfeel. It coats the inside of your mouth. But it's not super oily. Not a very long finish. It's a pretty quick finish, and it's not really going up my nose like some bourbons do. It's nice. I like it.
I really do too. Man.
The vanilla definitely comes through, and the touch of caramel on the end. And I've heard some guys use. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
So I've heard some guys use the term marzipan.
I knew you were gonna drop it. I knew I was waiting for it.
What the heck is this marzipan? What does that mean?
You really don't know marzipan?
I don't.
I would figure a man of your culinary expertise would be awesome. You know what I'm like?
I didn't even know the word existed until I saw it in a. Well, the descriptive terms all around it. This gentleman was describing a bourbon, as we were doing, and he was using that in conjunction with fruit, apples, candy, sweet on the sweet side of things. So that made me think that it was some kind of cake or something. And then I heard somebody else talking about tiramisu.
Ooh, I love tiramisu.
I know what that is.
Okay, Google. What is marzipan?
According to Wikipedia, marzipan is a confection consisting primarily of sugar or honey and almond meal, sometimes augmented with almond oil or extract.
So it's like that holiday delight stuff, right?
Almond, sugary, sweetness.
Almond. That might be.
Almond. Mm-hmm. Yes, always almond.
Well, there's no almond in this.
So, according to Google, it's dessert and almond, sugar.
Okay, well, this definitely has a taste of sugar for sure, but no almond. No nuttiness to this really at all. Corn, you don't hear that too much, but I get somewhere in the middle. There's a good solid corn taste.
Like a sweet corn.
Like canned corn, right? Yeah.
Like
that's what you want to drink.
Like cream corn.
Yes.
Cream corn.
Yeah. That's
there you
definitely
go.
it.
Hit it.
Just a fantastic mouthfeel and.
I mean, these legs are thick.
Great
Running
finish.
on the back of here. So, I don't want to add water to this.
I'm not gonna. That's a fine drink right there. I would definitely do that again.
Way more creamy.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Oh.
You convinced me.
Wow. It's like a thick oil, like an olive oil going through your mouth.
Let me get down on this. Oh, but that nice warmth is still there.
Right.
I took a drink like 5-10 seconds ago. It's still right there. That hug.
Mm-hmm. The Kentucky hug, man.
Kentucky hug, right?
Got to get it. Got more sweetness on the nose after the water. I don't know if it's just me because we were talking about it, but I almost get like that cream corn smell to it after the water.
Yeah, that definitely. Wow. So this with a cube of ice, this should be.
This would be awesome.
This should be in all of our cabinets
with an ice cube.
Oh yeah. But with the finish on that, the nose on that, I want to say it's probably not a terribly expensive bourbon. This seems to me like something that I've had this before.
Right. It's familiar.
Yeah, for sure it's familiar. Well,
I'm gonna go back in with this. The unadulterated version.
how it compares
Back
to
in here.
How many drops did you put in?
5 to 7.
Okay, I did 3.
Do you get like a chocolatey? I get a chocolatey. Like right in like the mid to late palate. There's definitely like a chocolate, dark chocolate.
Yeah, that
note
goes
to
with
it.
that candy taste.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the sugary.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one of the sweeter ones for sure. Very nice.
It is.
Whoever picked this one, thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. The question is, what would we be willing to pay for it to have that in your cabinet?
Here is the conundrum I posit to you, sir.
Send it.
What would you pay? What would you pay for one of the, let's say, one of those 5 bourbons that you listed in your video about the 5 bourbons that you would drink on a regular basis?
Right.
Yeah.
That I do drink on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
yeah. So, what would you pay for those?
What do you mean?
I mean, usually you can find that stuff sitting on the shelf at a certain price range. Obviously, there's going to be some variance from store to store, state to state, place
Right.
to place. What would your sweet spot be for picking up one of those bottles?
For me, is for an everyday drinker, is usually under $50.
Right. That's
and readily available on the shelf.
right.
Is what I go for. So that's just me. I could be a cheapskate. Who knows?
So that's where I'm at with this. I'm pretty much the same. I would for a daily drinker, for something that I really like, any store, if it has it in a $40-$50 range, that's what I would buy. That's what I would do. I'd pick that up. This I would most certainly pick up if it was in that range. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say $40 to $50. Just because it tastes like that to me.
Right.
What kind of age would you put on this?
That's a tough one.
That is. I'm sitting here pondering it.
You get some of the oak on the nose, but not on the palate.
Right.
You do get some of that like barrel charred darkness on the palate.
Yeah.
But with the color of that, like it's super dark.
That definitely makes me think that it's an aged a bit. But the finish and the fact that it doesn't really burn much sort of puts me back towards...
So I'd probably put it somewhere around 100 proof-ish. You know what I mean? Like it held up nicely with water.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not super hot, jarring on your palate. So I'm in that like 100-ish proof range.
Alright, so what's the number you had in mind?
What's that, price-wise?
Uh-huh, what are you thinking?
I'd almost be up north, like near that $100 mark.
Really? Okay. It's tasty.
I'm almost wondering if it's a finished bourbon.
Really?
Like, I don't think it's port finished. But, or like a double, what is it, like the double cast, double oaked?
That Woodford Reserve
Yeah,
double
you know,
oak?
like something like
Yeah.
that, like where they re-barrel in a new barrel,
yeah,
or
I could see that for
something
sure.
like that. You know what I mean? Oh, it's got that complexity, and so
It is. It's got layers.
it does. It's got lots of layers. Should we see what it is?
I'm dying to see what it is.
Who's gonna do the honors? Should we bring it up here to do it?
Yeah, we should bring it up here.
Okay. Dun dun dun. In the hat.
Oh, wow! So definitely more expensive than what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not only is it more expensive, but it's people fight for that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
had to do a bit of legwork to get your hands on that bottle.
I did a lot of driving. The Four Roses 130th is obviously made by Four Roses. 130th anniversary. So that does that does kind of make sense of what we were saying. Like, one thing I've noticed about the Four Roses limited editions is they are a little more very well balanced, very complex, but a little lighter on the flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which would totally make sense of what, like, there's a lot going on in there. You know what I mean? So, the real kicker, these retail for about $140.
That's the
MSRP.
retail? Really? Now, what makes it
Yeah.
that? Is it just because of what makes up the bottle? What's in it? What is
It's, it's a little bit of what's in it. So there is up to 16-year
right.
bourbon in here.
Yeah.
There was only, I think, 13,140 bottles.
So the limited release.
So it's definitely limited. It's definitely a lot harder to get your hands on one.
Right.
So that obviously influences price some. 54% alcohol.
So that puts it
108 proof.
right where you said it was.
Right. A little bit higher, but I mean that's good for.
Touch higher.
It's drinking below its proof point, so
Yes.
it's not hot ethanol by any means. This is definitely not something I would put in a daily drinker category.
No. Good luck
That
finding
is more
one
of
of
a
these.
special edition or special occasion category.
I myself have been on the lookout for one of these. Yeah.
No luck yet.
No. I came close. I was in a raffle for one. I did not get picked.
I paid retail for it, $140. Still not upset about it when you factor in that limited, factor. As a pure drinking basis, then
It's a special occasion.
yes.
That's a special occasion bottle. So you
Yep.
pull
So
that
like I
out.
said, I'm not
Get
upset
married.
about what I paid for it.
No, I
So-
wouldn't either. Because it is, like you said, it's an exceptionally well balanced, delightful palate on the palate, and it's got a super good finish and mouthfeel, so it's good.
So
Really nice.
anyway, appreciate being on the show again, Jay.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Until next week, guys. Drink blind.
And blindly drink.
Oh, yeah.
Bien, bien,